And get you to talk about the bowling of your colleague Bob Willis.
He's flaked out in the bath at the moment. I don't blame him. It was tremendous, absolutely magnificent piece of bowling, and it was great to see Bob come back and prove all his critics wrong this winter when they wrote him off.
Test series, welcome to the highlights of the first day of Trent Bridge. A coolish sort of day with perhaps a threat of bad light stoppages later on, but no real prospect of rain as the two skippers went out to exchange teams and to toss. The sides nominated by the selectors, the England side left out Agnew and brought in Sidebottom for his first test cap. The Australians went in with exactly the same side as one at toss for the first time in the series, a welcome change for him. And we pick up play now in the fourth over. 3 runs on the board, McDermott is the bowler, and Tim Robinson on his home ground is the man taking strike.
Good shot. A beautiful pair of his pads. Off his pads and square of the wicket on the offside. It's great strengths. It's a chase for Graham Wood. Two more to Robinson. Goes on now to 8. There's 1 extra. 9 on the board so far. Gooch still waiting for his first run. The better time shot. No chance of Wood cutting that off. He had 6 from 2 deliveries, and then the one he clipped off the pads as well. No, this is an expensive over as far as Craig McDermott's concerned. Certainly no swing there at all. Here's McDermott again. Gooch is taking strike. It's off the mark now. McDermott's natural delivery slants him away towards the batsman's pads most of the time. Robinson taking strike, and Lawson's the bowler. Super shot once again. Well, that's definitely not the place to bowl to Tim Robinson, nor, to that matter, to any class batsman. Precisely the treatment required there. An artist at work alongside the photographers. Photographers organising their images. The artist putting on canvas this very attractive old ground. That's a real cracker of a shot. In deference to all those strokes and the runs that are fairly ripping along, Board has taken away a slip, put him out at point. So it's 2 slips in the gully and a square point plus extra cover. Good shot. It's timed well enough to make things very difficult for the man coming around. Just a defensive little push from Robinson, square of the wicket.
This one kept Greg Ritchie interested all the way, and the despairing foot at the end just helping it over the rope.
Lawson 5 overs for 18. McDermott's taken a hammering, 4 for 28. So much so that he's being removed from the attack, as indeed I am. A few words from Bob Willis, and then it'll be Jim Laker.
So, with only 9 overs gone, Alan Border making his first bowling change, and into the attack comes Simon O'Donnell.
Thank you, Bob. Sorry, Richie, about all that hammer. There we are, 48 on the board. And now an error in the field. It's tickled away down to long leg by Tim Robinson to bring up the 50. Excellent start then for England, and a particularly good start for Tim Robinson here, playing Test match on his home ground for the first time. 34 he's made out of the 50 on the board, and that's come off only 72 balls.
First one down. That's the first ball that's done anything. Border took the catch. It was well bowled by Lawson, but not a ball earlier has deviated. That one left him in the air and also seemed to go a bit off the seam. Robinson, after playing so brilliantly this morning, is out for 38. Lawson has taken the first wicket. We're into the 15th over as David Gower comes in. Well, all of a sudden it started to do something.
I don't know what's happening. The tide must have come in, Richie, or something. But that really is a beautiful delivery. Look at that. Pitched middle, went like a leg break. Right across David Gower. And lucky not to get a touch.
Well, this is quite astonishing. We've gone through the morning with the ball not swinging and not moving off the seam and not bouncing awkwardly. Suddenly it's all changed. There's O'Donnell bowling to Gower. Lovely strokes of that quality down at Lord's. It was absolutely magnificent.
And how good it is to see David Gower moving that front foot, getting right to the ball. Majestic stroke.
Jeff Lawson to Gower. Good shot again. There's two glorious cover drives from David Gower this morning. Very majestic. Almost casually majestic. And that's as good a start as I've seen from David Gower for a long time. 23 not out. He played lovely innings at Lord's, but today he was really stroking the ball well right from the moment he came in. Robinson, I thought, played a delightful knock for his 38. He got a very good delivery from Lawson. And Gooch, 17, is being outdistanced there by Gower, who's already on 23, with another 7 runs having been added up to lunch, 85 for 1. Only 21 overs bowled for those runs because 6 had been lost due to bad light. Well, Graham Gooch might have been slow before the interval, but he was showing signs, just as lunch came along, of a man about to take charge. Here he is now in the 2nd over after the interval with 1 run added, facing Craig McDermott.
It's a useful delivery, a bit of late movement. Guided away, there's no 3rd man down there. And Graham Gooch will pick up 4 as a result. So O'Donnell to resume with Gower to face. It's the overpitched one again, and it's driven very firmly for 4 by David Gower. It really does make it look all so easy when he's in form. So Donald to Gooch. And that's through the gap. Beautiful straight drive from Graham Gooch. And 3 figures rattles up on the board, and it's a fine start by England. 100 for 1.
Well, the shout is there for the appeal from the man at mid-on.
Quite an interesting series of events here. Gooch hitting the ball back very firmly, and Gower getting his bat back just in time.
Here's McDermott again. Gooch is taking strike. Oh. Well, lucky there. I think he probably stopped that just in front of his throat.
Ball slipping out of McDermott's hands and straight for the end of Graham Gooch's nose, and he's very relieved to get that huge willow in the way just in time.
Another full toss, but this time in slightly less dangerous territory. Which goes into the 40s. Simon O'Donnell, and he's bowling to Gooch. Jeff Lawson, no chance of him cutting that off. Graham Gooch goes past his previous best score against Australia in this country. Previous best was 44 at Lord's, 1981. That wasn't very sensible bowling either. And Graham Gooch has now reached a half-century. 50 in 103 balls, 9 boundaries. It's his 4th 50 against Australia, and his 16th Test 50 in all. Well, Border's options are limited with only the 4 bowlers, but he does have Bob Holland, and it's Holland being introduced to the attack now. Deep mid-wicket. A lot of full tosses bowled today. The 150 comes up for England now. Oh, there's a good shot. Beautiful stroke. Couldn't have been straighter. Successive boundaries from Bob Holland. 100 partnership up, and England looking good.
Holland again to Gower. It's a lovely shot for Gower's 50. Waited for it, placed it nicely away. So 3 runs to David Gower, take him on to 52. The bat's in the air, and another Test match 50 for David Gower. 84 balls, 5 fours. That's the 26th time he's got past the half century, and that doesn't include his hundreds. Still to be Lawson from the Radcliffe Road end. And he's gone. What a good catch that was. End of Graham Gooch, out for 71, 71 now for 2. That went quick and low to Kepler-Wessel's left hand. And Lawson now has picked up both the wickets.
Yes, that took off quite sharply, actually, and beautifully picked up there by Wessels. Very fine innings by Graham Gooch. I think he would agree that he hasn't really timed the ball and played with his usual fluency, but he's battled on, and that's a sign of a good player, getting runs when you're not really in very good nick. And he's been replaced by Mike Gatting, Middlesex captain. And here you can see that ball got up quite high and very nicely picked up in the gully there.
Extra close catches for the new batsman. 3 slips and a gully in for Mike Gatting. I think there's a few heart tremors in the England dressing room there too. Not one of the greatest shots you're ever going to see off the first ball in a Test match.
This is quite astonishing. First ball. 1.5 foot outside the off stump, bouncing. Well, it might have been a good one to let go.
Gower again to face Holland. Tossed high and wide, full toss, and David Gower, sorry he didn't put that one away. Nice little gift wide outside the off stump. And another one to follow. That's gone where the first one should have gone, and it's 4 runs.
6 more runs added to take the total up to 182 for 2, and that's come at a very good rate. 51 overs have been bowled when tea was taken. Gower 63 not out. Gooch, I thought, played an excellent innings, and I reckon it'll be one that satisfied the England selectors as well, because they wanted a little more patience and the same steely determination that Gooch always shows. That's exactly what he gave today. Gatting 1 not out, and Gower in tremendous form up to the interval. Here's the second over now. After the tea break, 3 runs have been added, and McDermott is the bowler coming in to bowl to Mike Gatting.
There's no third man. Anything that gets through the field today is going to be 4. This outfield is very quick. Ground is not over large. It just races away across the outfield. An easy 2 there for Mike Gatting. That's very well run. Lawson was the man having come round from deep fine leg. And 3 takes Gatting on to 11. Gower 67, 196 for 2. Lawson. He's got a lot of work to do today, Jeff Lawson. And he's done it very well. He's a very big-hearted performer. Holland to Gower. And good run between the wickets once again. The 200 comes up for England. Midway through this final session, 201 for 2 after winning the toss here at Trent Bridge. It's to be McDermott now. He's going to bowl to Gatting. A pretty good hook of Mike Gatting. McDermott to Gower. It's an elegant stroke. All the time in the world. Lovely shot. Easy for there, they just race away over the boundary.
So Holland comes off, 14 overs for 47, replaced by Simon O'Donnell. Just the 2 slips now, the cover, extra cover and a mid-off. And hooked away for 4 runs by Mike Gatting.
Even the watchful Gatting can't resist this loosener and murders it through the leg side.
And 1 more to follow. No margin of error on this pitch, much too slow to bowl that sort of length. The border walks out of the slips, goes into the leg side. Identical ball, identical shot, and the same result.
Mike Gatting showing that he's not worried about this pitch at all, and in fact both helmets being removed by the batsman. It's a fair indication of the placidity of this pitch.
There's Geoffrey Lawson loosened up nicely at wide mid-on, and he's been their spearhead today. O'Donnell then to Gower. Perfect piece of time in there by Gower. It a little more than a push. And finished up just about 10 yards short of the ropes. That's applause for that single because it brings up the 250. Lawson again is going to be the recipient of more liquid refreshment. And obviously there's a little concern out there about Jeff Lawson. 2 or 3 times they've been out with drinks and odd little pill. And out there with only 4 bowlers, there would be in really big trouble if he was unable to continue. round the wicket, over the top, great shot. Perfectly saved. And Gower goes on to 98.
Fine stroke from David Gower, using his feet, getting right to the pitch of the ball and chipping that high over mid-on.
Donald then going to come round the wicket now to Gower. That's it. Nice little nudge off the legs. He'll come back for 2 and 101 then for David Gower. Fine effort of that set high, 261 for 2, and Gower not out, 101. Century made off 167 balls, 9 fours in it. It's his 10th Test 100, and his 3rd, in fact, against Australia.
O'Donnell to Gatting. Lovely stroke. 50 for Gatting. It was a beautiful shot. Nicely over it. Perfect placement and superb timing to give him his half-century. And a fine half-century for Mike Gatting, 53 not out, with 7 more runs added, up to 5 to 6, which was the point where the umpires came off because of bad light. They lost 3 overs and 2 balls in that little session, but I should think David Gower was absolutely delighted at the close of play to have that score on the board. 279 for 2, Gower himself 107. It was just the sort of performance England needed after they'd won the toss on this very good pitch, and that is reflected in the bowling figures for the Australians. Lawson was outstanding. He was the best bowler, apart from having taken the 2 wickets, 24.4 overs, 7 maidens, 2 for 58. McDermott none for 84, O'Donnell none for 72, and Holland none for 57. And as far as I'm concerned, they're paying a penalty there for having gone in on a perfect batting strip with only 4 bowlers. The run rate achieved by England today was just under 60 runs per 100 balls. 4 runs have been added.